Whatever parts the hoof and is cloven-footed and chews the cud, among the animals you may eat. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 3. This is easy to check as you can quickly see the shape of the hoof and how the animal eats just with your eyes.
A cow can eat pretty much anything and miraculously transform it into milk, meat, and a whole range of other products that sustain our daily lives.
The key to the cow's success lies here, the rumen. It's sort of the belief of every school child that the cow has 4 stomachs. That's not really true. What it has is one true stomach, the abomasum, which is exactly the same as our stomach. Upstream of that is a multi-compartmental fermentation vat, fermentation chamber, wherein live the microbes. Now, when the cow goes out to graze, she eats the grass really as quickly as possible and swallows it almost unchanged. That comes into the rumen, and at that point it's really quite difficult for the microbes to penetrate through the cell wall and start the chemical digestion of the plant fibre. So what the cow has also evolved is this really elegant mechanism of rumination. In this, she moves the food round in the rumen, and then a bolus of food is regurgitated, passes up to the mouth, and then she takes it in her mouth and chews it rather as old cowboys would chew tobacco, 20 chews on one side, 20 chews on the other. This breaks it up, and it comes back down again into the rumen. The microbes, having done their work, then are passed out of the fermentation chamber into the abomasum, where they heroically die and give up their lives to provide protein for the cow to produce milk and meat for ourselves.
There are some that only chew the cud or only have a divided hoof, but you must not eat them. The camel, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof, it is ceremonially unclean for you. The hyrax, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof, it is unclean for you. The rabbit, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof, it is unclean for you. And the pig, though it has a divided hoof, does not chew the cud, it is unclean for you. You must not eat their meat or touch their carcasses, they are unclean for you.
As for fish, everything in the waters that has fins and scales, whether in the seas or in the rivers, you may eat. Again, a very clear and easy guide to follow. No fancy tools needed. It's not just to avoid eating them. We should avoid touching them as well. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 24. And if you do end up touching it, the best thing to do is to wash. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 28. This is really great advice that matches our understanding of medicine and health today. There is also another section that lists out animals specifically to avoid. Leviticus chapter 11, verses 13 to 19, identifies bats along with vultures and eagles as animals we should avoid eating. Bats have been identified to host over 60 different viruses that can be passed to humans. As the only flying mammal, their unique immune system and high body temperature makes them immune to many of the viruses that they carry, making it easier for them to transmit them to humans. Scientists have tested vultures and have found over 15,000 diseases and viruses on a vulture's beak, many of which are deadly to humans. The animals specifically mentioned to avoid really do carry more risks to people. God made some animals to keep the environment clean, and others that would be okay for us to eat. When this book was first written, they had no equipment to check for viruses or diseases. Yet this book clearly identified safe animals to eat and animals that would be especially dangerous for humans. It's amazing. This isn't possible by human intelligence and wisdom at the time. Only God could give such a simple guide that is still useful today.